Hi guys, welcome back to this calendar events manager, a project creation before the course starts to run. And the last thing we did, was this beautiful, very, very beautiful a calendar monthly view. And we were practically, what were we doing? I think I have the next steps in the last commits. Like you can show me the last commit and first commit merge pull request. But not in main. Sorry. Sorry. In dev, I thought you were gonna give me the next steps, didn't you? I mean, weren't you? Yes. Let me just check the commit details. Next action handle is loading in events calendar, project parent component, start daily view calendar events, rendering development. So yes, the thing is that this is like if you see it when I go here, there's a loading time in which you only see the look at this. If I go down and now if I go, you can see the border of the outer component, which is located in. Let me just remove this HTML for this month tile. This one is like completely done already. I hope so. If I go to today, they look pretty decent, I would say. Maybe. Yeah, the font could be like a little bit smaller than that, but in general it looks good. The font is something we could just easily fix in the course, but the problem is I don't want this to show the borders while it's loading, right? So what I'm gonna do is this is loading. It's just gonna go like, instead of hey, you are loading, whenever you put is loading, I'm just going to dispatch an event. And it is very simple. Like, give me a simple example, no explanations of child component dispatching an event and parent receiving it. So dispatch event, new custom event, and that's practically it. The detail is the one that is going to contain the things, but I mean, is detail needed? Is detail needed? That's a really good question to do. Well, yeah, I would say it is. I'm just gonna copy these, like, these are dispatch event, and let me just, dispatch an event. It shouldn't be here, to be honest. You should dispatch this event like here. I want you to be before the show toast. Dispatch event is like, dispatch event. You should just give me the detail, like detail is, just gonna be detail. And that's it. Message, in this case is like, is loading. And that's it. Is loading. And dispatch event, I'm gonna call it like wherever we have this is loading. And let me just check your beautiful is loading piece of code. And that's great. That's very, very good. What else do we need? So here I'm going to the dispatch event, you know, and I'm just gonna send like true, detail true, something like that. Am I right? Or, you know, just where is the payload, or like value, like detail could be just the value. I'm just gonna put like true, and that's it. True. Okay. Very confusing because detail. Let's just do this, and let's just replace this one by this one. That's it. And it's loading. Let's just comment it out for a moment. A very short moment. And we're gonna dispatch this event, and dispatch event is practically is loading. Dispatch is loading, right? Like in fact, we should change the names here. And we're just gonna deploy these. Dispatch is loading, and the problem is that we need to handle this loading, right? In fact, it's like is loading. This is the name you should have. And let me just check the name you give it. On message, handle message, on message. So it will be on is loading in the parent component. So events calendar. This is very fun. This is very fun because it could even be, I would say, like a URLs function, whatever, events calendar, which is the parent component. I need you to handle all of these. And where, I don't really know, like here, don't you think? So yes, on loading, on is loading, handle is loading. Okay. And that's it. So let me just, you know, event handlers, like create a new section here for events handler. Whoa, calm down, man. What is these handlers? This shouldn't be handlers, like well, you're gonna have to be here. I already have a section for you. So handle next click, handle previous button, handle, and a bunch of stupid handles. And that's it. I don't really care about this right now. Let me just close all of these. You can close it. You can close all of these. Here. You can also close this one. And many of these methods are like handlers, but this one, like weekly view date text builder, but that one is going to migrate in a few moments. The weekly one, well, in a few videos, in a few more days. Within the next few days or within the next few streams. So, do you remember any of the words I have searched for during this streaming? Like, I don't really remember them. One of them was like enclose. We're gonna enclose. The other one was ambidextrous, something like that. And the other one was, I know there's a third one, but I just don't remember it. Like, holy, handling, whatever. So, we're just gonna paste this here. Just gonna catch the event, and you need the event.detail. So, this is gonna be practically like is loading here. Hey, it's loading. equals what? I don't know, like equals false or what? Equals true, equals whatever. Let's just leave it like that, and that's it. And this that is loading. It's gonna be even the detail, but in fact we could just, you know, detail. Take this and detail, and that's it. That's practically it. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but there's a thing. We're gonna have to use these only for monthly view. Like, let me just give it a false. That's it, because we haven't implemented the other views is loading logic or something like that. So we're gonna go in the monthly view on is loading. We're gonna handle is loading. You're gonna catch the value for that. But the thing is that well, this is very fun. If you are removed, how are you gonna send me an event? Is that even possible? I don't think it is, because so yeah, this kind of thing is very weird. Bad architecture decision. So the view panel is practically gonna have, forget about it. I'm just gonna remove the stupid borders and that's it. Just forget about all of these BS, because it is pure BS. The less code, the better. So to be honest, this is practically a fix to a problem that I have related to the borders of it. And I liked you, but I don't need you. So this is practically whatever we were doing. And yes, so this is like just did I change anything else? Nothing. What did it change that you're showing me right here? Show it to me if there's any. No, I just restored everything from the beginning. Okay. So we're going to attack this guy. We're going to attack the what? I'm sorry. I'm just practically I'm searching something here. Are we streaming right? Like, yes, we are. So wait a moment. I just want to check if this is. I'm searching something here. Are we streaming right? Yes. Yes, I am streaming. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to send this to someone very special. Because it might help her to sleep. So this is the thing. We are coding here. And if you watch this, hi mom, how are you doing? Yes, I'm just like coding. I'm coding this calendar. It's a very beautiful calendar. You can switch between views, daily, monthly, weekly, whatever. And you can also display like some beautiful events. Of course, this is a text randomly generated, but should be populated in the future with real data. So don't worry about the titles of these, because I'm focused on the visual part of these development, which is the calendar itself, the calendar view. And right now we're having this problem that when I go to the next month for a moment, the borders of, the borders of a container are shown while the monthly view is loading. So what I'm going to do is remove these borders. So I'm thinking about this. Am I right? And let's just fix it in a different way. There should be a way to fix all of this. What am I doing? I'm sorry. I didn't ask for difference. I'm just going to deploy this, and I'm going to check the change, and that's it. So let me just update the page, and I will be refreshing this again, like searching for the monthly view, and I think this looks much better now, don't you? What? So you don't even notice it, do you? Like, look at this. You don't even notice it. And in fact, it looks much better now. Like if I go to weekly, so what was I thinking when I had that border right there? Is this even updated? Like, do you have the last version of it? Because I don't understand why you are like loading so fast like that. It loads in a very good way, I would say. But the only thing is, what is this border doing here? Where does that border belong to? So it could be mainly from monthly view calendar. The monthly view calendar CSS is a very funny component which has a border of 1 px solid. And yeah, now I know it, because if it is red, like, let's just change it by red, like, for a moment, and we will see that the bottom border overlaps with the last row of the grid of the monthly view. So if I go to monthly, now this is red, and this one should be red too, but that is not the one that I was looking for, because as you can see, wow, this is giving us a problem right here. The problem is this gap here. Why are you not like filling it suddenly? Because it wasn't like, this wasn't happening before. Is this something that we could fix in the future? I don't know. Like, it should be like this. I'm very confused. The problem with it is, like, hey, if I make it the same height of the, like, multiple of the heights of the height of one of these, it is going to be exactly over this border, which is not going to like let you see that you can scroll down. I don't think that's a problem by now. But what we could do, very simple, well, yeah. What are we gonna do if that is the case. We could just remove the border of that, but where is that border coming from? Like, it is not this one. This is like the day name cell, which belongs to the top of it. So monthly view panel doesn't have a border. So where is this border coming from? Did I really deploy these? Like, hey, let me just check the difference between you and New York, and all of the files match. So let me just search border. So it is not daily view. It seems like there is a border in events calendar. There is still a border here. Do you see it anywhere? Border width. That could be the problem. But why don't you specify the color? Border width. I could just kind of remove the bottom border of it. But how would this look like without this border? Would it feel lost or something? Not really sure. Okay, just border style. Solid. I think this is coming from here. No. I don't want a difference. I want to deploy the changes there. I'm sorry. So let me just update. And something that I want to do is that as we are currently focused on the monthly view, there's no need for us to start with the weekly one. So let me just change it for the value of for monthly. So next time we update the page, we're gonna have this. And as you can see, like, I like it the way it looks. I like the way it looks now, without that bothering border right there. Of course, we need to change this like red one. And now look, notice that it is blank. It doesn't show any borders. It doesn't show any borders for the right and the left. And what we could do is like specify for all of these, or no, in fact for the monthly view, where is it? Notice that monthly view calendar has a monthly view panel, which is this one. And monthly view panel is like, let me just check. You don't even have a border. So we can just left border or border left 1px solid black. And let's just duplicate this line, but replace it by right. This one, and also I'm sorry, but yeah, this should remove the red line of the headers of the table, of the headers of the monthly view. And what else was I going to do? Oh yeah, let me just check the weekly. The weekly one has a big problem, and the weekly one is telling me like, oh no, it is perfect as it is, I would say. But yeah, it kind of has the same problem, and it is fixable. We can fix that just by weekly view calendar. But let me just check your JS. Let me just go here, your HTML and your CSS. And this HTML should show me that you have a weekly view container, same as the monthly view. And weekly view container should have a, what would you say? I would go with, well, this one is funny. I would go with, And you know what? I think we could just achieve the same thing with this without it. Like, yeah. We could just do the same but for bottom. Let's just, border and that's it. Why not? What's gonna be the difference? Like, let me just go to monthly. The top one is very, very soft border. So let's just put it for all of the borders, like top, left, right, and bottom. That is gonna give us a more solid border all around the component. And same for the weekly view. Let's just, put border as a 1px solid black, and that's it. And let's just deploy this one too. So I have deployed the weekly one. And here are the changes I have made. I have made changes to events calendar. Yeah, I commented out the view panel border. That's good. I added some changes in the weekly view, which is just the border here, and I added some changes in the monthly view, which is just the border here. And I'm sorry, what was that? Events calendar is gonna be monthly instead of weekly view by default. And yeah, that should change things a little bit now. Okay, so this is giving us a more consistent border for, the panel here. The bottom, look that all of the borders have the same thickness, the same width, the same thickness. They're consistent. We don't have one like thicker than the others, or another one like thinner than the others. And for weekly, the same should be happening. Of course, this line is for the half-hour time, so that one is going to remain light gray. But the bottom one is going to be consistent with the external ones and the middle ones, the vertical ones. The problem is that somehow, like, I don't know why I need to remove the top of it, because notice that when I scroll, this border like kind of disappears, and I don't really want that. I want to keep the borders of these guys like thicker because it's the header of it. So let me just put like a 2 pixels border for the header of the weekly view. Let me just close these. And for the weekly view, the header, where is the header? Day column header. This one, if I'm not wrong. Day column header. Am I right? Let me just check who has the day column header here. Do you see it? Should be at the top. Day column header, day name cell. Where are day column? Oh, don't tell me this, please. It is just oh no. It is inside this one, like day name cell. So what is day column header used for? We're not even using it. Do you have anything here that give me day column header class or something like that? I think nothing's gonna change if I just comment this out. And for day name cell, which should be somewhere here, we're going to use day name cell. Yes, you are 1px. But for your top specifically, border top, you're gonna be, let me just remove this and put top, and you're gonna be 2 pixels, same as bottom. Yeah, bottom. And let's see how it goes, how it's going to look like now. Let's search for the pick list. It's gonna be monthly. Where is it? Monthly. And now, as soon as I changed the default view value, I started to work with the weekly view for some stupid reason. And when I scroll down, this is gonna look more consistent. But there's a big problem here, if you notice. Holy, I don't know what to do, what to say. Because you could get used to it, but the problem with it is that, I don't know. Oh man, if I scroll, no. Is there a way, like, let's say a component of HTML has sticky position. Is there a way to apply a different border style to it when this scroll started or changed from top 0? Yes, use an intersection observer. I don't want to use JavaScript, please. No, I'm not gonna use that. Get off. Nah, I didn't like it this way, to be honest. Let's just use the 1px and that's it. And let's just comment this out. We're not gonna suffer for that right now. Let's just leave it like it is, and monthly should have changed. Yes. Same is going on with the header here. Like when you scroll down, the thickness of the border just decreases. But by the rest, I would say it's pretty decent. So why was it here in the first place? Okay, yes, this thing. So now, instead of just showing these, like it's loading or whatever, now I can just remove these because it's not gonna help me at all. Let's just wait for the weekly to deploy. It did deploy already. Let's just close all of that. Events calendar, we don't really need you anymore. And we are going to start to put a different thing here in this loading. And I want to check for spinner component for Lightning Web components, like spinner, Lightning Web component, whatever. Just this reference or something. So you can see it here is like, I would like to have this one, this size, and it is a medium one. Let me just copy these and paste it here, like, hey, if you're gonna have these as true, in the meantime, when you are loading, here we're gonna put the example holder, and let me just check the sizes.css. What this dash? I mean, I tried to do it just with the keyboard, like sizes.js, okay, and sizes.css, and width and height, and it is showing like inline block, but I want it centered. Give me an example of a spinner centered. Give me an example of a spinner div center with the spinner centered. vertically and horizontally. Okay, we have it there. Hide 100 VH. 100 VH? Shut up. But I want it inside. Whatever. Let's just example holder. Spinner container. Spinner container. I like that name. And just here like spinner container. Spinner container. Oh, I'm dumb because it was already there. So spinner container is gonna have a height of 100% of the viewport height and display flex justify content. Okay, so we're gonna try this and let's see how it looks like. Again, just refresh the page. We're gonna travel to our monthly view navigation buttons. Where are them? Here they are. And oh, I kind of like it, but you know that it is like graying out everything. Like, why are you graying out everything? And I don't like that, because what we could do is just do this relative position. Relative is not going to change anything at all. But now I can just put this guy like, hey, you're gonna have a position. But wait a minute. Oh, now I see what's going on. In fact, we don't really need the position relative. It's just that we have this thing outside of the div. So this template should be inside of the div along with this other template. And now you can see that the conditional displaying is inside the div, both of them. So now the spinner is also going to get limited to this monthly view panel here. And it's not going to take any space from the top panel here, which is what I don't want. I don't want this part to be grayed out by the spinner container. Only the monthly view to be grayed out. And that should work now. Did I refresh the page? Did I even deploy these? Like, let me just confirm that I deployed, because this is practically not changing anything. Oh, this is a scam. Oh, this is a horrible scam. Me, I'm sad. Oh yes, now I see what happens. If I put it into the monthly view panel, we're gonna have those borders back again into the game. So this is gonna be a problem. But what we could do is just well, what are we gonna do? We could just monthly view panel. Oh no, what is this? This is a problem. But I don't want you to gray out the why is the spinner graying out the background? Is there a way to remove that effect? Spinner example, yeah, whatever. Lighting spinner, background transparent. Is that even possible? Looks like it is. Let me just check that it works. This could give me like a reason to keep moving to this stupid spinner change. Okay, very simple deployment, very simple change, but should get reflected now. Oh, that is much better. Now it is not graying out. And let me just check that it is centered. Do you see it centered? I don't really know. It's like a very tricky situation. I see this is centered, and I would say it is. This is exactly what I wanted. It's just that I had the how do you say that in English? It's just that I had a suspicion. Suspicion? How do you pronounce it? Okay.
Suspicion. 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 Suspicion.
Suspicion. Is it right?
Suspicion.
Suspicion. Suspicion. It's more like an E. Suspicion. 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 Whatever. So now that I have let's just go to open board and let's just paste the image. Let me just wait for the stupid updating dialog, which is not showing up anymore. I'm glad of it. And what we could do is just take the image and try to measure. I think it's centered. It's centered for me, but I'm like kind of a psychopath. Like, I want to make sure that it is dang centered. Like, I'm just gonna take the same line here and you should go at the right. Damn, yeah, it is. It definitely is. If I put you at the very, very center of it. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just keep going. Now this looks much better. But why is this not spinning? Like, are you not giving the time for oh yeah, it is. It's just that it by default takes like so long in order to apply this spinning effect. But yeah, okay. So don't get deceived by this selection. It's just me with the cursor holding the click. And that's it. So I think we're ready. We're ready to go for the we're ready to go for the daily view, but I'm so sleepy. You know what? All of these dumb fixes are like going to be my today's stream. I don't want to be here anymore. I've been here all day working. It's just a very short change. But we could try like, for example, there should be a way if I click like in the, is this my cursor all the time? Let me just check something. Is this my cursor all the time? This hand? What is that, man? I thought I had like a normal cursor, normal pointer. I don't know why I have a hand all the time. But well, the thing is that if I click here, I want to take the events from here and send them into a daily view, and the daily view should be able to receive a list of events, of calendar events, and render them just like these ones here, and render them for their corresponding vertical position in the time of the daily view, because we have this daily view, and they should practically take like whatever, I don't know, the entire width of the day, but the corresponding height based on their scheduled start time and end time. And how are we gonna do that? Well, that's very simple. I would say like we could just let me just study it a little bit. So we have our dumb column, daily column, and we know that this is divided like in 24 pieces, in 24 blocks. If you just go here, you're gonna have 1, you're gonna have 2, and you're gonna have 3, and you're gonna keep going like that for 23 more of these. I'm sorry, for 21 more of those, if not 20. Wait a minute. Okay, like this. So we're gonna have a bunch of them, like ellipses, and the thing is that we're gonna have a start time and an end time for each one of the calendar events, and we need to first find the position here, and this is gonna be achieved through using absolute positioning, because this guy is gonna have a relative position. This entire column is gonna have a position relative, so we can make its children calendar event blocks, they're gonna have an absolute positioning. This is relative, and the absolute positioning is gonna be for the boxes of the events. Let me just assign a more friendly color, like a white one or whatever. Okay, absolute positioning for you, my boy. And you're gonna be a child of this guy. And the thing is that you are going to hold the data. Remember that we have our data here. In monthly calendar view, we have the calendar events map and the calendar events. And given a day and a specific day, you can just grab it from here and send it to the daily view component. You can just bubble this up to the parent events calendar component, and he will bubble it down to the daily view. And we're gonna switch the view, but we're also going to send the calendar events map. How are we gonna do that? I'm not really sure. What would you say it is the right way to do that, to send that? I would like to avoid holding that data in the calendar events, in the events calendar parent component. I don't want to create another attribute here to hold the calendar events of the child or current view, because that's going to be a problem. So let me just check if there's a way to build Lightning Web Components with a constructor. Is there a way to build or to add display child calendar child Lightning Web component, passing in data like through a constructor, but from the parent in such a way data does not have to, lie on parent component. I guess there's a way. You pass through public properties API, but the value does not need to be stored as a tracked field on the parent. You can pass literals, getters, or compute expressions directly. The problem is that, of course, I know the API thing, but what is this? Parent extends Lightning element. Let me just check the HTML, like parent HTML child config. You're gonna return something like this, but that's very dumb. Like, oh man, because I don't want the. But well, let's just focus on this. You know, this is gonna have a start time. And this is going to have an end time too. So we need to calculate a duration. And we need to understand which precision are we going to allow. Because it's going to be minutes. I mean, if it is an hour, we're only going to be able to render calendar events that exactly match an hour block height or half-hour block height. But if we allow the precision of minutes, we can just practically put it anywhere in vertically in the column. So it's gonna have a duration in minutes, and that is gonna give me practically the height of the block. I mean, this amount of pixels, pixels in the screen, pixels. But the other thing I need to know is where to put it, because I can give this stupid height, but if I don't know where to put it, and all of them are going to start here, then all of them will be rendered like at 0 a.m. and that's an issue, because we need to render this at the corresponding time where it starts. When it starts. So if it is 10 a.m., I'm gonna have to put it like, I don't know, like 1 hour, the height of 1 hour multiplied 10 times, right? Because this would be 1. If I multiply that by 2, this would be 2. These would be the height, or 2 heights, and it would start here, and that's good because it would start 2 a.m. But in the case of 10 a.m., we're just gonna have to, but we need to get this height, and now we're talking about hours, but we said that we were gonna use our precision in minutes. So that is the thing. We know that an entire column represents like 24 hours in a day. And that is going to represent 24 times 60 minutes in a day. Right? So if I divide the entire height, like the entire height of this component, like column height, if I divide column height in this amount of parts, that's gonna give me like the height of a minute, the height that will correspond to a minute, and that is going to be minute height. Am I correctly pronunciating minute? That's a good question that I would like to answer right now. Minute. Yeah, minute. So this is gonna be my formula. Like, we're gonna have to take the height of the column, and we're gonna have to divide it in these whatever number this gives me. Like, let's just try to do it. 60 times is gonna be like 1200 plus what? 1200 plus 240 is gonna be, for real, this is the number I have to divide minute height. Column height, in order to get the minute height. which is good, but I'm gonna have to do it in a rendered callback, because in order to get the height of this column, I'm gonna have to wait for these to be rendered, and that's not gonna happen until the rendered callback is there. So it's gonna be very simple. Let me just add. Let's just forget about events calendar for a moment, and let me just open daily view calendar, and we're gonna like use a constant, and we can just like use utils in order to store these, like, hey, export const day minutes amount is gonna be a number. That's it. Am I right? Yes. So now you can just, oh, what did it do? You can just deploy and you can use it here in a daily calendar view. And that is going to be a constant that is going to be really useful in the rendered callback, because it's going to give me a rendered callback is going to help me to calculate the minute height in pixels. Is going to be, I don't know, I'm just going to put it like, and this the minute height in pixels is gonna be, let's just query for the component, let's just query for the component, and this is the show hours rule column. No. I need the daily view container. No. Daily view container, I wouldn't say that is. I think it's day column, the one that I'm looking for. So we could just, how do you say it? Const day column is gonna be query selector, and if I'm not wrong. Am I right? And day column, the height, client height. I guess I'm gonna get a height. How can I get the current height of an issue from JS, not form JS? Offset height. I like this one better. Are you sure they? I would. This one sounds much better for me. Like, let me just take this. Okay, that's very good. And why don't you show it to me, like console the log, so I can make sure, like, you are getting the right height, or at least you're getting a height. Day column height, and that is going to be this a minute, whatever. But we are going to divide these in, a day minutes, day minutes amount. And I would like to estimate this, to be honest, because look at it, my screen is like, we gave it, it's very simple. In fact, we gave it a height, if I'm not wrong. Why is my keyboard not showing its light? Dude, I think it's Windows the problem here. So the thing with an hours block or something like that is that we gave it a height. It's 50px for half hour. So practically a minute height should be 50px. 50px's divided in 30. And that's like 5 divided in 3 is like 1 point. I don't think that's 1 pixel. Oh yeah, it is. It's gonna be like 1.7. I don't know. No, 0.7. Like, I'm sorry, 50 divided in 30 is 1.75, something like that. Now let me just make sure that you are deployed already. 1.75. That is my guess. Or that is my calculation. I'm sorry, I have to change the view to daily. Oof, I almost get it. It's 1.66. So yes, this is the day column height. And with the day column height, we have a good advance. Because now we're going to have to create like but what would you say? Because I don't know. Here's where things get funny. Let's just do it like that, and that's it. So we're gonna have a block for calendar events block, but you're gonna have to get them from, anywhere, somewhere. Let's just say that you're gonna receive a bunch of calendar events. Calendar events, right? And this is gonna be API or something. API, annotated one. And that is good. And that is really good. So for the calendar events, you're gonna have to calculate the height of them. But we know that, based on monthly view calendar, our calendar events are gonna have these attributes, which are start time and end time. And those are going to be objects with a bunch of properties here. Like here, build, wait a minute. No, this is not the one that I'm looking for. Let's just close this one, and I need this one. This is what I'm looking for. So this would be, well, that's good, because we're gonna have to calculate a duration for the calendar events, if you think about it. But somehow we should just, I could pass the data, yes, but we could just make the request for the day. Why not? But not. I don't want to do that. So, we're gonna have a bunch of calendar events, and those calendar events are gonna have these current user time, which I don't really know where this is being used. Like here, yes, here in the retrieve calendar events, you process them, and you create a start time and an end time, and practically these two objects here, these two properties are objects. Each one of them with this amount of properties: day, hour, minute, and a bunch of things. But what I really care is about the hour and the minute, because we're going to have to make a subtraction of them. So the hour is very simple because yeah, that's kind of very simple. I'm just gonna have to subtract the hour and multiply that subtraction by 60. Yeah, but the problem is the minutes. You know? So, first thing I could do is just turn the hour into minutes. Add the minutes past. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, we know that we have hour and minute as properties. So what we need here is once you get this data, these calendar events somehow, or once you're rendering or you're going to render, well, there are many ways to do this, but I'll go with this one because I'm not going to be able to calculate that if I don't have this property here, and you don't even really need to I don't know, like store it. Let's just minute height in px like this const. I really gonna had a bad day with the car, with my, well, it's not my car, it's my mom's car, but I'm the one using it, and I just had to take it to the mechanic, and it was kind of a problem because why am I talking about cars? But well, let me just get back into the task here. Day, hours, blah. We have the calendar events, and we're gonna have to create like a map of them. I'm gonna have to create a map of the calendar events. So calendar events is just gonna be themselves. These are calendar events, the map. Calendar event. No. Calendar event. And we're going to work in these. How? I don't know. First things first, I want your const in time in minutes. Minutes is going to be calendar event dot start time. Start time. But you know what? Just const start time, end time from calendar event. No, this is much better now. So I don't have to use this stupid dot. So end time is gonna be like this. End time, right? Dot hour. I'm gonna multiply it. It's gonna be but this is this a text? I don't know. 2 digits. Now the question is, what do I have here pasted? Are these properties coming as strings or as numbers? Shut up. Is the exception in your example? That one is a boolean, not a string. False means it is from 0 to 23, right? Yes, okay. But it is a string. So how do I turn a string into number in Java? In JS, I'm sorry. Number. Parse int. What does the 10 mean? I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm sorry. No. Number. In time hour. Now that we multiply by 60. and all of these. I'm sorry, I'm doing something stupid here. Like, this is what I had to do. That is going to be added to number in time, that minutes, minute, right? We're gonna do the same but for start time. Dun dun, start time. That's gonna be very good. And const minutes duration is gonna be end time in minutes minus start time in minutes. Very fun. Now with the minutes duration, as I already have the height of a minute in a pixel and I have the minutes duration, I am able to, I also have the start time in minutes, so I am able to get, you know, if I take this dumb block, if I take it into here, I'm going to be able to determine where in the you know, height, or I'm going to determine its vertical position within the column, because the start time is just going to be the start time position is just going to be the result of multiplying the minute height by the amount of minutes that has passed from the hour 0 to your start time, and that's going to give me this height, and I'm going to position you whatever the result gives me on, and the end time is just going to be determined by, you know, this position plus the duration in minutes times the minute height. Of course, I'm going to explain these in more detail in the course, because it might be confusing, but it's just like the rule of 3, if I'm not wrong, the mathematical rule of 3, that you cross the ratios in order to get a minimal unit. It's like, I don't know, it's like getting the minimal unit, so you can multiply by whatever you want and you're gonna get the appropriate ratio value. But well, minutes duration. So what is this about? Well, this is where the magic comes, because I'm gonna have to create a bunch of blocks with their top positioning and their height, or a bunch of elements, because we have calendar events. We have a calendar events list, but I would say that we could just map them into having this. What is this? Well, very simple. Return yourself, like, you know, calendar event, but also with the start time in minutes. Well, this is gonna be top, if I'm not wrong, but let me just check this. I'm gonna have to use style or something, you know. Whoa, I'm gonna be able to use CSS classes here. I'm gonna have to use a style, because the top is a property that is going to be yes. This is fun. This is very fun. So create this style here, like const style is gonna be the next string, and I'm gonna use this backticks thing because I want to use this like position absolute, right? And I'm gonna use a top, and I'm gonna use more of these, like for the height, if I'm not wrong, and no more than that. So height is gonna be like this, and what else do you need? I'm just gonna give you a background color, and that's it. Like width, it's gonna be 100%, dude. 100%. Don't freak with me. And I'm gonna give you a background color, or no, just border 1px solid black. Ha! I'm sorry. And this is gonna be much better, because now I can put in like wait a minute, because I have minutes duration, but I haven't calculated the top. Const top is gonna be, it's gonna be start time in minutes times a minute height in px, and what is the other one? Not top, but tell me about it. Height is gonna be this one, but multiplied minutes duration times. Okay. And this is gonna be top, simple as that. And this is gonna be height, simple as that. But this is going to have the px word here. Beautiful. And now your style is going to be style, don't you think? Like that. Style is gonna be this property that we calculated here. Much more elegant. And now we're gonna have to create a variable that is like our calendar events ready. You're gonna be false, and here is these our calendar events ready is gonna be true. Ha! What do you say about it? What do you think about it? The problem is you could just reset these when you hit next or whatever. But let me just do something, because I want to do it this way. I'm just going to generate like a bunch of stupid calendar events using the reload data here. I'm just gonna show them. I'm gonna show the calendar events map. So log is gonna be this dot calendar events map, but I think I'm gonna have to enclose this in JSON stringify. Okay, that is really good. And now I'm going to deploy this, and I'm going to deploy the daily view calendar. But the thing is, I'm concerned only about not really need to deploy that yet. I'm concerned only about the data. So we can just have like a piece of test data to test our daily view behavior. I could just take anyone. I could just pick any of these. Like you can see this one here is just a list of them. I'm just gonna copy all of, you know what? Just copy JSON pretty, best JSON formatter, And I'm sorry, but I have to recreate this data. So this is going to start here. Let me just search for the second key. I'm just gonna take all of this JSON, which is a list. I'm just gonna put it here in a daily calendar view. Great. So we're practically having the start time, the end time, the title, and all of this bullshit from each one of them. And now what I need to do is deploy this. But let me just check that you did the map, because probably you're gonna show me an error or something, because I'm not a magician or something like that. So these are calendar events, the way they're calculated in JSON.stringify, because this might be proxied, and deploy it. Let's see if it deploys. That is really good. Oh, it deployed without mistakes. And refresh the page. Weekly view, monthly, okay, daily is the one that I care about. And you are showing me, well, I'm gonna read this like that. I'm just gonna, take you into this. And you're gonna have to give me style. Position absolute, top. And there we have the amount of pixels that we are gonna, and the height is gonna be 300 whatever pixels. This height is gonna be 175, and I think it's good. So we're only missing the repeat, because right inside this day column, we're gonna have to put a for each template. That's good. And this is gonna be for each. What are you just doing, man? Why do you even suggest me to use the double quotes? For each calendar events, and for item, calendar event, and we're gonna have a div, right? It's gonna have a key, which is gonna be the calendar event. I hope it has the ID. Does it have it? Key calendar event ID, and we're gonna use a style, which is gonna be the same. Why don't you delete the second double quote? Calendar event dot style. A rule spec. I think this works because it's something just like from the compiler. It's not my fault. It's just your fault. And that's it. We just put a text in it, but it shouldn't have a text in it. I just gave it a border, but you know what? I would like to give it a background color like tomato. Background color tomato. Isn't this beautiful color? Like for each, we're gonna have a calendar events calculated, but only, my boy, this is gonna be if true. Do you remember the name of the property we calculated here? Our calendar events ready, like these. Wait a minute. Oh no, yeah. This is not going to trigger a rendering. Oh, is it going to trigger a rendering call? What a great situation to think about. What? Well, it's gonna be funny. If that is the case, we're gonna have to conditionally show this. Like now we have, if the calendars are ready, start to show them one by one, and that's it. But if not, you won't. The problem is that changing this triggers a render of my component, and that might re-trigger these, and retrigger and so on. So the problem here is like, hey, I don't know. it's like well. Okay. Come on, 11 p.m. I can get a bit more of juice of this brain. Okay, so yeah, I know I should just put a conditional here, like our calendar events ready, then just don't stupidly render anything. But if not, let's just do it. Whatever. If these that are calendar events ready is not ready. If they're not ready, just push this. Then you're gonna be ready, so you won't trigger this. You will no longer trigger this. And deploy this source to work. Let's see how it goes. I would really like to check I don't really care about I'm just concerned about the hour. I just want to check it has the right hour, but I shouldn't have removed the log that I had before, because it's going to be JSON stringify like my pivot data in order to confirm that they are displaying at the right time. So these are calendar events, and let me just remove them from here because I already have the data. Let me just deploy the monthly one, and let me just deploy the weekly one, the daily one. I'm sorry. Daily, please work, because I want to go to brush my teeth, and that's it. Okay. It's just okay, monthly. Show me the daily. Let me just clean the console here. Daily. Oh, we have them there, but there's a problem. Oh, wait a minute. What? Why are showing down there? This is very fun. The top was like a 5. No. This gotta be wrong. Did you put the relative thing on this one? Is there any position relative? No, you didn't put it. So day column should have a position relative. Day what am I doing? Position relative. So without it's not gonna work. But I don't think that's the issue, but it's good. But for sure it's not going to work without it. Could be the issue, but I'm not sure of it. Daily. Oh, there we have him. This is very, very nice. Did I have it in weekly? This is not gonna punish me because I only have it on daily. But wait a minute. If weekly is composed with daily ones, why are you not showing up? That would be a good question. Is it because of whatever template that I have here? Oh, because I'm using a daily view. This is used by weekly, so it's gonna be different. I just coded it in the daily view, so that's good. Daily view. So there should be one of these guys. I think I already have this piece of data here in the JSON formatter. So one of these guys is gonna have to store at 6:30 and 7:45. I remember that one because I have used it in many examples. So 7:45 is the end time, and it starts at 6:30. So it starts at 6:30 and ends at 7:45. No, there should be one at 9:45 or something like that, and then the 12:45. So 9:45 to 12:45. 9:45 to 12:45. And let's check this one. Well, practically all of them are like that. Like this one is 1 p.m. to 3:15. A quarter past 3. 1 p.m. and a quarter past 3. 3 is 15, because we're using that format. And yeah, the last one is from 6 p.m. to 6:45. 6 p.m. to 6:45. So yes, it is working as expected. And that's it. That's practically it. I'm not going to push this code because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like practically. Let's just push it and that's it. Like, let's just push it. Push it. But it's going to contain some data, some dumb data. I don't want you to contain the IDs. This is a really bad practice. So let's just change the IDs. Like the ID, I'm just going to go like X. It doesn't matter here how many chars I use. Y. And oh, if I were smart, I would have done this like X. Put it here. I'm stupid, but well, not a problem. That is going to be a problem. In fact, I'm just gonna replace one Y anywhere here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just hard trolling here. I'm just gonna put a Y like here. And that's it. And the last ID is gonna be, I just wanna camouflage this like blah blah blah. Oh, that's too many letters. It's practically done. I would like to remove the console log. Where is the console log that I just... Okay, that's good. Now let me just check for curiosity. It's a curiosity matter. What would happen if I do this? If I remove the validation, I think my Chrome would freaking explode when I go to daily. It's gonna crash. Should crash. Boom! It crashed, as you can see. I click daily, and this page doesn't even respond. Look, I'm here. Can you listen the click of my mouse? I'm gonna put it here. It's an X2A Mini wireless. I'm clicking here, and nothing happens because this was blown away with a nuke of recursive stupidness. And that's what happens if I don't put the validation. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave the validation there. And what did I do in this commit? I just kind of I should kind of put the date of the commit, but I think we can watch it, don't you think? We can check it from the supposition relative, the LWC calendar. So at the end, it was the problem. The position relative was not. Remember that in the explanation I had to put position relative for this and absolute for this, and the absolute for that one is in fact here. We declare it here, but for this one is position relative here in the CSS. That is the change there. This is the change here. Just adding a repeat. I'm traumatized with the visual force. A template for each. I'm sorry, not repeat. And this is just the data, the calculation, and the render callback, which was what I did. A bit of indentation, which doesn't harm anyone. This one should be removed. In fact, view panel. Let me just I'm sorry. You're not gonna have it at all. I'm just gonna save this, and let's just deploy. Well, anyways, I will deploy it in a minute. Event calendar I changed from weekly to monthly, and in fact I should now change to daily, but whatever. Day name cell, I removed some borders. Oh, I added the border to this monthly view container, and I added a spinner, beautiful spinner. This monthly view calendar is gonna have the spinner now. That's part of what I want. This is our constant of how many minutes we have in a day. And weekly view container border. I think it's good. I think it's very good at the very end. So we are having our commit built up. Weekly view container, very, very nice. Yeah, we changed the borders, fixing borders, inconsistencies across weekly view, weekly, monthly view containers, and parent component calendar event. This should be like, and now we're gonna have another change, which is render callback logic implemented to calculate heights and positions for calendar events in daily view. That's really good. Commit. Should I commit? No. I think I should stage all of these changes first. We stage them, we commit them, and we push them to dev. And let me just go back. Oh, what are you even saying here? In fact, let me just close all of these, and let me go on Control E. Using Control E, let me just go to the one to blame. Which one was it? Like this one? I don't remember. What was the change? I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my gosh. Can you show me what the changes were? Events calendar? No, not this one. Sorry. Why you have to take me to the very beginning of it? It was one of the CSS, not this one. Whoa. Then monthly view or weekly? Man, I don't remember. Was this one? No. Freak that. I won't remember that. Is there a way we can deploy the Lightning Web Components folder entirely? I guess we can. Let me just try it. Deploy. Okay. Let's just deploy. And let me check the output. Dude, what do you mean with this? I'm expecting the Salesforce metadata. You should have changed like a bunch of components. Oh yes, you deployed the 22 of them. So thank you for being with me during this night. Goodbye. That's all I have to do.